Hey, how y'all doing up there? Hope you're having a great day. You know, we're gonna leave O's fan up there. I just saw that. You know what, man? That guy's been supporting me for so many years. We're gonna leave him up there, third stream in a row. What's up there, Chop? How you doing, bud? War streams, my man. We're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna have some fun. What's up, dude? Is that Il? Let me know, man. Let me know on the pronunciation on that one, buddy. But hey, thank you so much for being here, Brennan. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing great today too, man. Sura, what's up, bud? Poker? Sure, let's do it, Ham. How you doing, bud? Welcome to Marvel Contest the Casino. May I offer you a drink before you get to your table. I see Brian's been to a few casinos in his day. What's up, Kazuri? You left a lengthy review of this new mode in my old Discord. Too long, didn't read. Great fun all around. Dude, absolutely awesome to hear. I'm glad you're having fun, man. If we are doing it all, then we should gamble at the casino. Man, y'all, we're going to do a meetup in Vegas, I think. I think that's the only natural conclusion to the first few lines of this chat, in which case, by the rules of live streaming, we now have to do it. What's up, programmer? How you doing, bud? Did I do the side quest? The squad builder? Nah, man, but we're going to do that today. We're going to do a lot. Today's a bit of a MCoC potpourri, as we call it, where I'm from. Are you pushing for the high evolutionary? No, I'm not. I know me. I'm not. Anytime I do anything too, for me, extreme in this game, it ends up very, very bad. Turns out extremes are bad. There was a time I was consistently able to stay in Celestial and Battlegrounds, and every single time I did it, I would wake up one day and be like, what am I doing? Like, I'm staying up till 2 a.m. or something dumb to get my work and my family responsibilities done. We need to stop this. Like, I slapped myself upside the head. So I think high evolutionary will be probably a similar amount of time for me, anyways. Addicted to streaming. I love streaming, man. This is many things that I enjoy about having a YouTube channel. This is at the top for sure. I'd have to tier list it one day. What do I enjoy most about having a YouTube channel? I like hanging out with you all and goofing around, having fun. Place the house on black. Nah, man, I like my house. Kabam's going to have time getting away from the gambling label they have been given. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. I just turned 21 off to Vegas. Dude, congratulations, man. That's right. Your birthday was just the other day. I mean, the Mystic and Mutant part, not the War Showcase. Oh, no, I have not done that. I don't think we'll do that today. Maybe that's something like on Friday. Today, I kind of want to get some stuff done, man. And you're like, that is getting stuff done. What do you mean? I was like, well, not my version of it. Programmer, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Watching the videos is incredibly helpful, which reminds me, I need to thank all of you. I don't think I ever properly did it. It was just like literally a month ago, maybe a month and a few days or something. This channel had 25,000. I was in Japan and I was like, nah, you know, man, I want to really give this the channel a real go. Anytime I put a lot of effort into it, viewers respond really, really well. I have a lot of fun. I talked with my wife, you know, because it takes time. It takes time to do this sort of thing. And she's like, yeah, you seem to be having a blast. Go for it. Let's do it. Have some fun. And so I've been putting in a pretty concerted effort to like doing videos and a lot of videos like that I had ideas on that I just didn't have the time to make. I've been more and more doing that. And we hit 25,000 really fast. And I didn't even get a chance to celebrate it. We're already, I think it was late last night or 2 nights ago. I checked on the old YouTubes there and we hit 26,000. And I was like, dude, we didn't even have a chance to celebrate 25. Like, and that's all you all. So huge thank you. Like, because if you guys don't watch, then the algorithm doesn't turn it out. And it's y'all are, thank you. I appreciate it very much. As a newly valiant, I'm trying to get the cool legend title. But my luck says no. I'm sorry, but hopefully it goes better for you. What's up, BF? How you doing, man? Hey, very first time being able to catch you live. Yeah, thanks for being here, Relentless Russells. I love that. That's a great name, man. It kind of just rolls off the tongue. As a person who misspeaks a lot, the fact that I was able to say that, I think, kind of says a lot about how well you chose that name. Truly spoilers all the streams. I love streaming. This week I had the ability to do it. Honestly, between you, me, and the rest of us here, next week there's almost no way, and then I leave on a work trip and a bit of a family vacation. But then when I come back, I do love streaming, and I think we're going to get right back to it. So What's up, Vega? How you doing, Carlos? Ham? Oh, you're talking with Ham? Ham put it up. Ham put up a video. I saw it on my sub feed today, or maybe it was late last night. For this week, can you give me a decent No, and it's not. I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not. I want to be abundantly clear. I don't enjoy saying no. I am saying I can't give I'm not going to even try to estimate. Here, let's take a look at it. I'm not even going to try to estimate this event and to get over the 50% because it's literally brand new. Like, I imagine there's people who are just sitting there playing it because they're having fun. Like, the novelty hasn't even worn off yet. And so it's like, well, I don't know if this really applies anymore, but there was a time when, when Kabam like allowed 6-star champions to be earned in the arena. And so there was like this natural ebb and flow of the scores, and it took a while for it to level out. And so I think as far as this mode is concerned, I think we're going to be in that ebb and flow portion for a while. Like my sense, if I had to bet, is that scores will be higher this week than they will be next week. Because a lot of people, myself included, have a ton of energy to burn, and it's novel. And so we're just going to go through it and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then we'll wake up in like a drunk MCoC stupor and be like, why did I do that? That was dumb. And so I would guess that next week the scores go down, and then some sort of third plateauing that's somewhere between the first and the two. That would be my bet, but it's far from it's like a 51%. Certainty is not even the right word. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Hobbit? Thanks for being here, bud. I don't think it's going to accurately predict it. Yeah, Brandon's kind of saying that. I've heard some folks already in 60K. See, that doesn't shock me. All right, let's do this a little bit while we do the chit chat. I should have said this much earlier in the stream, but I will be doing my best to leave timestamps for folk because we are doing a lot today. We're doing quite a few different things. Squad builder. Every time I hear squad, isn't that in the movie Mean Girls, or is squad like later in the thing? The older I get, the more years just all meld into one thing. All right, here. So we're gonna draft 3. There were people at 70K already. Yeah, like I really do think I think scores this week are gonna be like absurd. The only way I think the third week would be the highest is if maybe it drops off significantly in week 2 and people think that they have a shot at high Evo. Because high Evo, I think, is like the top 200. So I think it's going to be, I don't know why I clicked Howard. I hate using Howard to death. Why did I do this? Who let me make this terrible decision? Dazzler is about the maximum amount of tapping on the screen I want to do during any sort of animation. Even NTW is pushing my limits on how much tapping I want to do. Howard the Duck, I'm just like, dude, I don't want to freaking tap. Why? I already know swiping. I don't want it to be any tapping. All right, let's get rid of them. I've been having really bad luck. I played a little bit this morning while getting some stuff done. Fight my girl Ironheart. Howard could always auto mash. Yeah, I know, man, but like, here, let's auto mash. I'll also say I want to be clear. I'm not complaining. This is not a complaint. This is just more of a me thing. I don't think it's relevant to MCoC. I don't think they need to come up with a better solution. I think they've come up with a great solution. I don't enjoy having to like select pre-fights. If the champions that had them weren't so good, I probably just would ignore them completely. The other day, I had a Nico matchup where I chose to select 3 of the pre-fights. I barely got them in on time. Again, I'm not saying that that's a problem that Kabam needs to handle. I don't think it is at all. It's just more of a me thing. I mean, in a game with like what 300 some odd champions, you know, we can be a little picky sometimes. We can get away with it. Let us bet with battle chips. So, I mean, I do agree that would be very fun. Oh, okay. We got fourth echelon. What is that again? A squad consists of any 4 champs with sequential grade values and one that's not. Okay. So that's funny, right? Because I was basing it off the 7s. And I think now I'm actually going to get rid of one of the 7s, hope for a 4 or 9. We'll get rid of Howard the Duck because he sucks. He doesn't suck. He's just a duck. Oh, on that tip, I would imagine, I don't know the rules and regulations on all this stuff. I would imagine Kabam cannot I would imagine they've gotten as close to gambling as they possibly can. Not only from like, I would hope there's someone out there regulating these things, seeing as a kid could just download them off of the App Store, but also with the Marvel IP, I would think Marvel would want to stay away from a true actual gambling, but maybe not. I don't know. I just my guess on that. If you guys have like factual information that shows otherwise, I'd be really curious to hear that or to see that. I don't like champ. Yeah, I don't. I like to just kind of throw my special. Like I said, Dazzler is about as far as I'm willing to go, and I think a lot of that's because she's so good. If she wasn't so good, then I don't know if I'd even like doing that. All right, let's get that 4, that 9. Come on. Oh, we're so close. Stupid Daredevil. Only one person likes you. I would say no one likes you, but it would be a lie. Because I know for a fact that there's someone out there that likes him very much. And if she's watching, she's very angry at me right now. 7-star Tech Awakening gem for Sentinel or Ironheart? Sentinel. I do think Ironheart's a much better champion. I'm pretty low on Sentinel compared to literally everyone else in the game. Again, another great thing about the Illuminati is they consistently are like, dude, why are you so low on Sentinel? Don't be dumb. Oh, wow. Speaking of dumb, just taking an unblockable special to the face. But also Sentinel, you know, is not in the basic crystal while Ironheart is. I genuinely think that Ironheart is one of the best champions in the game. Like, I would probably say, like, you know, top 15, top 20 easily. Like, I think unless you're just fully focused solely on Battlegrounds, like, and you're just like, it's all Battlegrounds, nothing else matters. I think Ironheart, who's even she's decent. She's decent. I think she's literally one of the best champions in the game. I mean, we've been using her on stream for like, we're supposed to be some of the toughest quests. War, like, I'm using her in nightmare raids right now with like can't miss, and like she's just an amazing champion. But you don't really need her awakened. It's nice though. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not nice, but she's also in the basic crystal, so you could just pull her, you know. All right, let's keep playing. We'll do a couple more and then we'll move on to some other stuff. We can always come back to this. Hey, congratulations, Superior Warlock. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Chris, that's amazing to hear, man. Came back out of retirement. Hope you're enjoying the game. Hey, Chris, if you're still around, bud, would you mind letting us know, like, what got you to come out of retirement? Like, was it anything specific, like something Kabam did, or a video you saw, or just were you like, I got time again, man. I'll download the game. You know, just something. I'm curious out of that. But I'm glad to hear that the videos have been helpful. It's a big part of what we're trying to do. We're trying to cover a broad base of players here because, you know, the in-game, and also all the way to people who logged in literally today for the first time, which obviously you're not. You're in that nice middle place. I have a soft spot for champions that can heal themselves. As a mistake-prone player, so do I. All right, so we've got the 3s. I guess we'll stick with the 3s. Connected Investors. What's that? Is that the name of one of the squads? Let me know. Boris, what's up, dude? My rank 4 Ironheart does a lot in Battlegrounds, not bound often. So, dude, Boris, yeah, like I believe you. Not that everyone else thought he's a liar. Look at that. That is a cat, right? I've always thought that was a cat. It's so small on my screen. Be like, any cat wearing a hat like that is obviously a liar. I know no one was thinking that. But yeah, she just doesn't have the greatest rep. Like I literally before the stream, it's why the stream was scheduled as far. I don't usually schedule them that far in advance. I think I gave myself 20 minutes. I recorded the best champions for Battlegrounds, and we've got her at an 8, which is really good as an attacker. And she has so much breadth of like what she can cover, you know, of tough defenders and stuff. So yeah. What's up, Nathan? How you doing? Thanks for being here, bud. Science AQ for Deathless She-Hulk. UB, can you try to phrase that a little differently? I'm struggling to understand. I'm not the smartest man out there either, though, man. So if you just try typing a different way, let me know. Yeah, I guess we'll stick with the swap 3, huh? Chris, that's awesome, dude. I mean, obviously I think it's cool. I like when people are coming to the game and having a good time. And I do think Kabam's done a really solid job of tying into what I'm hopeful. Like I really liked Thunderbolts a lot. X-Men 97 was I think pretty objectively great. If someone didn't like it, that's fine. I think people have to be pretty excited about Fantastic Four. I hope it's good. I hope it's really, really good. And so I think with the characters, the buffs and things like that, getting the mutants going, I think it brings in players. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started playing, Yeah, I pulled Spider-Man from Titan and love her. Dude, she's awesome. She really is a great champion. I think I got burnt out from the full grind. So that's real, dude. And I try to really talk about that and give my experience with it. It's not from a like, I told you so, standpoint. More of, dude, anytime I've like, some of my most frustrating moments are trying to like play tier 1 war. And I loved it. I played tier 1 for so long. Like at least twice a month, I was just stressed out of my head because of some, fight I needed to do on the weekend or some coordinating with someone else. And like my alliance mate was being totally cool and trying to plan ahead and like, hey, Vega, when can you go? And I'm like, dude, I'm at my daughter's soccer game. I'm then coaching my other daughter's soccer game. We're then going to a birthday party. Then we're out to dinner and drinks with my wife. And then I'm going to come home and hopefully fall asleep. And like my alliance mate's just being like a nice person, and tags me online saying, hey, Vega, when can you coordinate boosts so we can knock down our fights? And I'm like, it was stressful. Like, yeah. Like there's actually, I was in for Loki. Lizer was my planner. And it's both like funny to me, reverse controls. It's both funny to me, but it was also such a good example of like, this has to stop. We had met up at Golden Gate Park here. I live in San Francisco. And we had met up at Golden Gate Park. And I got tagged. They needed me to take a fight to basically like open up the rest of the paths for everybody. And they were like, look, we know what your life is like. Don't stress it. And I was like, I think I can get away. And so like I offered to go get like lunch. Like we had ordered lunch from a local place and we were going to bring it back to the park. So I was like, hey, I'll go, I'll do it, and on my walk there, I like found this like bush. It was like a tree like bush. And I went and like hid in the bush and took the fight. Yeah. So yeah. Not the ideal experience. I did solo it, so that was good. I did solo it. Is the chat only for sub members? This chat, yeah. A lot of us, I think a lot, well, I don't know. I think a lot of you MCoC YouTubers switched to that. It's like 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a long time. There was a one. I mean, it's a good way to help your sub count, to be honest, and to like make sure your chat and your responses are going to people who are supporting the channel. You know, like I think that makes sense. But additionally, there was a point in time where there was it was either like one person with a lot of bots or who knows what, but they were like stream flooding MCoC YouTubers. I guess they found it fun. I don't really know what the reason was. I never asked them. And so they were just like stream flooding in the comment section of YouTubers. And it was just like nonsensical stuff. And like, again, that sucked because the YouTuber would obviously want to interact with their audience and their viewers, but it was like almost impossible to do it. And I switched over at that time. That was my reason, actually. And just never looked back. What's up, Pop? Just how you doing, man? I played this year. I gotta admit, it's fun. I do like it. It's perfect for me for this, like what we're doing, just chilling, hanging out. All right, we're gonna move on to the live war. I think I have a couple. Let me make sure it's open and I have enough energy before I say we fully move on to that. Upside continues to crush it. We're in gold 1. I think this is only our 3rd Alliance War season. We started literally at the bottom. We're in-game players, though. We're in-game players, so we should be crushing it. It's most of these wars are mismatches. Let's see. I gotta bring up, because in my alliance we call out our fights. Basically, we have a sheet that we fill out so everyone knows kind of what we're doing, and we make sure all the fights are covered. And I claimed 39 and 45. 39 and 45. Okay, 39 being dust, although I think that may have been a massive mistake. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have claimed that, but we'll be okay. And 45. Yeah, I think we'll be fine there too. All right, let's go ahead and do it. What's up, Hicks? How you doing, bud? You got 7-star maker. How'd you do that? I mean, congratulations, but how'd you do that? Where are we at? 024 live war. Crystals are out. Oh, right on, man. He's really good. I think he's great. All right. Kind of tempted to slightly boost. Yeah, we're doing it. There's something about doing war live. I think most of us play a lot worse when we're streaming. So I'm okay with this. We're competitive in that we push ourselves to do the best we can. We're not looking to get, you know, I would say that we tap out probably at P3 at the absolute highest. But, you know, you never know. We'll see. That might be too optimistic. Might not be optimistic enough. We've actually, the guys in the Alliance communicate exceptionally well. Everything's going really well. Like, people on the wait lists have actually been like, hey, any chance? I'm like, I don't think anyone's leaving. So we'll see. Yeah. Especially like live. Like, again, we have plenty of room to have some deaths. We'll be okay. But it's kind of that line. It's like my tagline for the channel, like the art of taking fun seriously. I want to have fun, but I'm serious about it. I don't want to be a jackass. Okay, we need unique buffs. 12% bar of power. You can stun immunity. Footloose. Okay. I had, to be honest, I had forgotten that she's shock immune, I believe. And I'd forgotten that. I thought I would be able to crush it with Gladiator. Or with Guardian, I mean. I don't know if it's good that I brought in a champion that gives buffs either. I am like actively becoming aware of the problem I created here. This might be really bad. Yeah, I may regret this. What's up, Jason? How you doing, bud? What's up, Kay? July tier list soon. BG tier list will be out on Saturday, and the general will be out the week afterwards. Yeah, this is a real problem. I'm gonna try to step back into an SB1. Okay, I think we've slowed it down. I think I need to just try to kill her. And I think because this is a massive mismatch, I'll be okay. I got lucky. I got very lucky. Vega, should I switch alliances? I'm a Valiant player in BG's only alliance, but the rewards, which is what we usually place, aren't that good. So my advice on that is, for a long time now, I've been a big believer in play with people who are playing the same way as you. Because if you're not, you're typically going to end up getting very frustrated. They're either going to make you feel like you need to spend more, play more, do whatever, or if it's the inverse, or reverse, whatever, you guys know what I mean. Like your situation, it's more, it's going to be natural for you to feel like, hey, I'm playing this game more competitively than the people I'm playing with. I might want to move on. Old Man Easy, thanks. It took me I was sitting in like realizing how badly I had done in saying I would take that fight. And I was lamenting it. And it took me a minute to be like, I should throw the SB1 to get rid of the buffs and also put the Incinerate on her. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I'm not going to take too much credit, though. I think a lot of that was due to, that's the 7-star rank 4 Kushala against, was that a 6-star rank 5 Ascended Dust, I think. So I think a 7-star rank 3 Dust destroys me. But thank you, I appreciate it. Can't recover if you didn't get yourself into a hole to begin with, right? It's so annoying to get the legend style. Yeah, buddy, it's when RNG doesn't go. I'm not laughing at you. I'm more like, I've played this game a long time. When RNG goes against you, it's very frustrating. It was a laughter of knowing how you feel, if that makes any sense. Next time I try to get into a tier 2, 3 land, see if I can go as far. Yeah, Nathan. I mean, the thing is I don't have the energy to move on, so we'll move on to something else. Yeah, we could do BGs for a little bit. I am very intentionally not taking this portion of the season very seriously at all. Keep an eye out. Hopefully you guys like it. We'll see. But my hope is obviously that you all will enjoy it. Keep an eye out for a podcast featuring myself and the Spreadsheet Wizards and the Illuminati. Coming to a YouTube feed of yours, hopefully very, very soon. As of right now, the first episode is scheduled to be recorded on Monday. And we'll be talking about a variety of things that I'm going to kind of talk about right now. One of which is, I think, a knock-on effect of what I feel like is very clear has been happening in the game as far as like more hard counters, more medium counters, RPG asks, that sort of thing, is I think Battlegrounds metas like this are very frustrating for a lot of players. And if I tried to take this meta seriously, it would be very frustrating for me. It would be very frustrating for me because I just don't have the roster for it. My roster might be better than others, but I have to bring in all kinds of champions with like an immunity or an armor break or never allow them. Or I tend to not enjoy metas where like I could bring in a 7-star rank 1 and like they don't cheese it. It's not cheesing. It's being very smart. Like players are being smart. I don't enjoy that. But I think there is a possible near future soon. Near and soon. Did you catch that? That metas like this aren't frustrating for people because more and more kind of like RPG asks have been built into the defenders, but also been given to the attackers. And so you don't have like 5 champions that can handle the meta. You now have like 15. That's my sense. I think that could happen. We'll see if it does. That's getting pretty far down the prediction lane there. And it would be like a knock-on of what Kabam's doing. But it's my hope that we can cover at least a little bit of that in the podcast. We got a lot to go over, actually. So we'll see. Thanks, Gabe. It's great to see you here too, bud. And all is very well. Thank you. If I didn't consider my interest peaked. You got it, B. I think it's going to do well. When I used to do videos that were like hour-long type of stuff, they did well, you know, for the channel and its size at the time. So I think it is going to do well. I do think there's an audience for this sort of thing, as you. And one of my goals is to get folks like you on it, you know, do like a little bit of an interview for 10, 15 minutes. I think people would enjoy that. Like hearing the different experiences of different players. You all have seen me interview. I should pay attention to what I'm doing. You've all seen me interview Kabam folk from time to time. And I've really enjoyed that as well. Uh-oh. I went too slow. So hopefully we can get some Kabam folk on from time to time too. They've usually been really open to the idea of being interviewed and talking about stuff. They usually need notice though, and that's understandable, of course. So get that on. I think this first podcast though, like Grass of the Illuminati. A lot of you are probably familiar with this channel. He's put out a video recently where he did a phenomenal job of putting into words and using a lot of facts like data points and something that I've been talking about for a long time. I know he has too. I'm not claiming like I discovered gravity and Grass did a video on it. Like a lot of people have been saying this for quite a while about the game, how it's going, where it's going, and this whole like counters topic that we've been talking about. So he put out a video on it. And I want to use it as a springboard or like a thing to point to for folks. I'm not paying attention at all. I'm trying to talk and I'm realizing I'm not. And also my wife messaged me. Gotta respond to the wife. Have to do it. All right, we're back. What's going on here? I've heard good things about Serpent. My understanding is he's pretty good in this game. And my desire to pick Okoye is too strong to deny. I'll never understand metas like this, especially in weeks 1, 2. Well, I think that's honestly part of why it is week 1, 2. Is because it's not random. Random's not the right word. I don't know what the word for this is. And that might be something, if we have time, there's a lot to talk about. And I don't want the podcast to be about Battlegrounds metas. But, you know, it punishing, like, I think from a certain standpoint, this meta is punishing. But I don't know if I necessarily agree that the meta is punishing. I don't know. I know that I don't enjoy it, but I think part of why I don't enjoy it is because I'm not interested in getting invested in it, and therefore I don't do well. I don't think it's because the meta itself is bad. I feel like those are two different things. I've also been wrong before, so who knows? Roster concentrated. That's I like that. And I do think like I think that's a reasonable ask. I think. In that, like, if you have a lot of these champions, and your roster's not as like ally here, right? My roster, I'm gonna guess, is significantly larger than theirs. I do think it's cool that sometimes a meta comes along where my advantage from having a huge roster is minimized. I still obviously have an advantage, but I do think there's something kind of cool about that. Like yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I think as time goes on, this won't be as feel as punishing or as concentrated. Come on, dude. Come on, Chi. I'm a big fan of yours. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, you're heavy. You know you want to. No, she doesn't want to. Okay, at least throw your special one. You know what? It's the ensnare, isn't it? That's pretty wild. I wish I had played this much better, because I think it would be cool to see. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm wondering why the heal and... I was wondering why the armor up wasn't coming back. I would think the ensnare caused it to fail. That's the only thing I can think of. And I was paying so much attention to that. Chi caught me on like 3 dashbacks. This meta is about brains over brawn. I don't necessarily fully agree, but I think that it's more than that. But I do think that's an element of it. And that's why I like it. Like I like the fact that people are putting in the time and effort and the energy can make up the huge roster difference. I like that. I think that's fun. I think that's fair, you know, whatever you want to call it. I think that's a good thing. I see your rank up question. We'll get to it in just a minute. What's the next meta like? I don't recall off the top of my head. I think it's up. I think I have it saved. I can take a look at it. You listen to that pod, cool. But like, I think it's gonna do well. I don't think it'll like become my most viewed video or whatever. I'm still trying to figure out. It looks like YouTube will allow me to upload it as a podcast. That way, people I think can access it and download it on Apple, or sorry, not Apple, on YouTube Music, and not have to have a YouTube Premium account. They can just like upload it. Dude, I played like over patient and then I overdid the aggressiveness. Might as well just stay patient now. And see. Yeah. What was it? He had Juggernaut versus Fury. Yeah, cool. Do I have Hyperion ranked up? No, I don't. He might be like rank 2, maybe a rank up I did at some point, like to get points for the daily event or something. Did anyone notice how Kabam changed the 250k loyal in the summers fast to 25k? No, we can take a look at that in a minute. This is an interesting matchup on both sides. Nathan, that drove me insane about the last one where Sinister. I don't have no explanation for why Sinister's degen wasn't amplified. When stuff like that kind of starts happening, it can often make me lose interest pretty fast. What? That obviously should have been a lot better. I think they had a pretty rough matchup on the other side, if I recall. They'd be able to keep the armor ups off, but nice, dude. So, like, I'm actually happy to see that. I had a massive roster advantage. I played terribly. I'm not sure how they did that, to be honest. I'm really unsure how they did that, but I'm happy that it happened for them. Super Dirty Pickles. Hey, I watched all your stuff. I'm not sure if I've ever chatted here before. I'll drop this one. What's your ideal cheeseburger? What's up, buddy? Thanks. Let me get you on the board and we'll definitely answer that question. All right. How did they do that? Miguel, I hear Bastion doesn't get the credit he deserves because he's not awakened. He's much better. I think Bastion is significantly better in like Battlegrounds or War. I actually just recorded the best champions for Battlegrounds video, and I talked about this a little bit in there because we talk about Bastion. He got promoted. Having him awaken that Fury allows him in that sort of health pool to finish in one of his damage loops, where without it, he usually can't. And so I do think that a lot of the Bastion's like was interesting. I think he was also maybe a little overhyped, and so that's kind of like the swing back is some negativity on him. I do think that's part of it. This is confusing me. Like I want to be clear. I am not accusing them of cheating. I am not. We're not going there. This doesn't. I'm just also, that's a rank 2 Medusa versus a rank 3 America Chavez with 5 of 5 Mystic Dispersion. Maybe just owned it and got her down. Like, it's not even an awakened one. So and again, nothing about this matchup makes me think this person's cheating. I want to be really clear on that. I just don't, I'm struggling to see this. That's what I'm wondering too, Sync, is if this was like, but how? A parry, medium, get the initial armor up off. I kind of want to know how to do it myself. Like, this is some of the fights I've done well, or if like someone does something and then I'm like, I try to like reverse engineer it. Huh. Yeah, the armor break. If the Furies never fall off, that was a rank 2 Medusa though. And oh, you know what? I forgot that they moved her Furies out of her SIG. Okay. I forgot. Didn't the Furies used to be in her SIG? To get to 6? I think that was one of the buffs. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me now. Okay. Great fight by them. He did it in 50 hits and had it bleed, so he got the shatter in there? Yeah, Yeah, Nathan, I think that was part of it for me. As I was like, wait, no, he only had 3 Furies. I don't know. Whatever. I want to move on. I don't think that's going to be a matchup I try to do too often. Let's get back to the question here. I'll drop this one. What's your ideal cheeseburger? So I like cheeseburgers. And you know, I've been to like, you know, a lot of fancy restaurants will do like a cheeseburger. And I usually think they're good. But honestly, dude, like I just like a grilled burger with like American cheese on regular bun. It can have lettuce, it cannot. I could go either way. I don't taste it anyway. I just don't want a bunch of lettuce. I like mayonnaise on my burger. Typically like ketchup as like a dipping sauce, like with the fries, and I'll dip the ketchup in the burger in the ketchup. And that's about it, man. Yeah, like everything you're saying, like, yeah, bacon's good. I'm not gonna like be upset if someone puts bacon on it, but usually the burger on its own's good. I do like pickles. Pepper jack, like you obviously like a spicy burger, which I like too. You're saying medium rare. I don't want I don't want it overcooked. Like that I don't want, you know? So yeah, somewhere between like, yeah, medium rare, medium well is about the most I would want to go. And I usually hesitate to say that at places because I feel like a lot of places do 1 degree more than what you asked for. I like that McDonald's chicken burger. Yeah, so that's the thing, man. Like I'll eat a McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But like In-N-Out, I love an In-N-Out double. Anytime I'm road tripping, in California, there's a ton of In-N-Outs, and they're like all over the 5, which is the highway that runs basically from the south to the north. So yeah. All right, we'll do one more Battlegrounds matchup. Like I said, I don't enjoy this meta. I enjoy that someone with an account like that is beating me. I do like that because I think that's fun for the players. but I'm not enjoying. It's not one I want to dive into. So we'll play it a little bit and then we'll move on. You've never had In-N-Out? I do think people tend to, us Californians, I think in general, we tend to overrate it because like we have nice memories, or like I would hope that my kids think In-N-Out's great because they associate it with like all these nice memories of family vacations, you know? And I do think Californians tend to overrate it. It's good, don't get me wrong, but like when I've been in New York, I've had Shake Shack, and I thought it was just as good. Shake Shack out here is not nearly as good. I don't know what happened over the course of flying or getting the food from New York to California, but it's not nearly as good in my opinion. I'm currently in Idaho from North Dakota. Right on. What's the kind of like, not McDonald's, but like the slightly more premium fast food out there? Animal Style fries? Okay, so you know you're In-N-Out. That in Animal Style is when they put the sauce on, right? On the fries? Oh, Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's the other thing too, Kuzuri. I'll get the double fries and a Coke. And it doesn't fill me. Like, I know it should, but it doesn't. And so that's a little, I don't love that. Culver's? I don't know if I've heard of Culver's. Wendy's is solid. Shake Shack has fallen off. Is that also like in New York? Because it's a New York company, right? Like that's where it started. Has it fallen off there as well? I haven't been out there in, 13, 14 years, actually. Well, no, actually, that's not true. I think I was there like 5 years ago. It was still as good. It didn't taste the same as like 10, 15 years ago, actually, now that you mention it. This is why I shouldn't do BG's streaming. It requires a level of concentration I don't like to have. Big Mac meal is $14? What? For Big Mac fries and a Coke? $14? Where's that at, man? Here, we'll do Bullseye. I'm fully not engaged. I think I'm gonna do something other than BG's. I'm enjoying this conversation too much. Fast food is no longer cheap. Then what's the point? That's like the whole point. I mean, whatever. We all have our own reasons, but because it ain't that fast either, you know? Bojangles? Where's Bojangles? Yeah, In-N-Out's like, it's really good. Like, and it does taste fresh. Like, I want to be clear, I'm not crapping on In-N-Out. I think it's very, very good. I just think us Californians, I'm a born and raised Californian. I think we, as a state, we overrate it. Which I know a lot of you are like, that's what you Californians do? That's not exactly surprising. Man, I am playing these so bad, guys. Like, even that, like, what am I doing? Jeez Louise. MCoC poker time. It might be. I think that's part of why I enjoy streaming it so much. Is like I can talk and chat with you all, and I don't have to like focus up and put my head all the way down and put my phone under the desk so I can play better. What's up, Public? How you doing, bud? Jason Beatles. That's the Bojangles. Started in North Carolina, but was slowly moved on the East Coast. Finally getting one about 10 minutes from me. Haven't had one since moving from Virginia down to Florida. Pretty cool. Mod is great. What's mod, Hicks? Oh, mod pizza? Right on. Chop. The TikToks. We have a drive-thru place in Fargo called Burger Time. It's been there for years. It's okay, but it's mostly chain stuff, no in and out. Always love Big Macs. $7 for a Big Mac. It's wild, dude. Yeah, the Legends title is a very low chance to get, I think. I may regret this, but whatever. BWW? What's BWW? We have a lot of junk food in state. Yes. We're not even gonna go. Come on, dude. Now is not the time for this, Red Skull. This guy really tried to ruin it for me, man. I do not appreciate that. I do not appreciate Red Skull's antics. And you look at him, you'd think he'd be a really trustworthy guy, you know, and that he'd play along, play ball, be even keeled, mild mannered. So it's really surprising when he doesn't act that way. Nico is so ridiculous. And vast majority of my Nico stuff, I don't play, like that was not aggressive play. It was not going for intercepts. Cause she's redonkulous. Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. How did I not get that? This one chickens were $1. See, I will say now that I'm going to focus up a little bit. Back in my day, there was McDonald's near where I lived when I was going to college. I lived on the coast in Southern California. And there was a McDonald's there, and my recollection, it's been a long time, was like depending on the day, it was basically like a buy one, get one for like 99 cents. So like you could get like a 20-piece nuggets and then another one for like 99 cents. So like me and my roommates, my buddies would just be like, today's nugget day, today's double cheeseburger day, today's Big Mac day, you know, like just grubbed on that stuff, man. And ate, I mean, yeah, it wasn't the healthiest food, but we were young and it saved us a ton of money. But yeah, getting a Big Mac and then one more for 99. Trust me, we weren't spending $15 on 2 Big Macs back at that time. Here, we'll do one more. Haruki, this week it seems as though I am streaming every day, but it's unfortunately not going to be the regular. We'll see what happens. Next week, I know neither of my kids are in camps. It's summer here, and neither of my kids are in camps, and they're not in school. So it's kind of been reserved as a week for me to hang out with them a lot. I might stream a little bit because obviously we're not going to be together from wake up till bedtime. But I will want to get out some videos too. And then the following week, I leave on a work trip. So I won't be streaming then. Maybe I might get to a point where I get a mobile setup or something. That could be something to look into. And then I'm leaving on a family vacation for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. We'll be in San Diego, and we have a lot of family there. So we'll be staying with family and stuff like that too. So, just kind of looking this over. That null would destroy me. So streaming will be spotty for, now that I really counted out, for probably almost like 4 weeks. So I've been having a lot of fun getting as much of it in now as I can. Because I like it. It's fun. And then when I come back, we'll see. I'm not sure what the channel... I know that early in the stream I was referencing, I came back from Japan, and while I was there, I was like, I really want to like give it a go. Anytime I put a lot of effort into the channel, audience, you all respond really, really well. And we have a lot of fun. I have fun. And so my wife and I kind of agreed, like, yeah, look, go out there, let's do it. Let's have a good time, see how it goes. And like, it feels like literally last month. I think it was last month. The channel hit 25,000 subscribers. That happened pretty fast. There was a big subscriber growth, like the 30 days before that. And then I think it was last night or 2 nights ago, I don't remember which, the channel hit 26,000 subscribers. And for MCoC, 1,000 subscribers in that period of time is pretty darn fast. So I'm really motivated to keep going, have a lot of fun. And so I'm not sure exactly what the schedule will look like when I come back. Because when I come back, my kids will also go back to school. I'm just not focused. That's okay. So maybe streaming a bit more will be on the table. I like it. It's a lot of fun. And then college $50 wing day. We didn't have a wing place near us, but that does sound awesome. There was we had taco shops. Like we had it's not a chain. There's one. There's one near where I went to school, and then actually there's another one up where I went to law school. So ironically, but I think they're the only two. I can't even think of what it's called anymore. They might not even be around. And so they had like a Taco Tuesday. So I know it's not the same as wings, but as far as like a place that had something that wasn't burgers or McDonald's, there was also a pizza place that had like really cheap, inexpensive pizza. It was really inexpensive pizza. It wasn't cheap. It was inexpensive. YouTube success was very well deserved. No shade, but I can't read. But I've really just not been interested in others' content as much as yours. Thank you very much, Kuzuri. I hear you, and you're not putting down other people there. You're just saying there's a channel that resonates with you, and yeah, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I do think. Here, we can talk about that. I don't want to misspeak on that, because I also don't want to say things that are considered a negative to my fellow content creators. I have a lot of respect for quite a few of them, actually. Probably ones that would surprise you, but uh-oh, dude, I need you to be aggressive. The only way Nico struggles in this meta is if you let buff immunity fall off. So I know I'm throwing it a little early here, but it's worth it. Oh no, shoot. I was, I don't know, oh my god, and now I'm just fumbling all over the place. We are Leon letting this like there's no tomorrow. Oh my god. I had it in the bag. We still win. I thought Nico was gonna go invisible. I was busy yip yapping, and I either threw the SB2 and I thought I threw the SB1, or her invisible was on cooldown. That was full on Leon let, man. Chop, or it's not Chop, and Crazy Canuck. What's up, dude? Canuck, I'm blaming you for that. I'm blaming you, man. Oh yeah, I gotta rank up a champion. Thank you for reminding me. Wait, I need to win this. Because I ain't winning round 3. I've got nothing for Serpent. I am not winning this. My hope is that they have not... I still need to win this round. I am playing bad. Oh yeah. You got this. Yeah, thanks. Thankfully, I have a overpowered. I started like flailing, and then I was like, dude, what are you doing? I think this is a rank 2 Zola, and I have a rank 4 Deathless Thanos. Like, calm down. Stop trying to do fancy stuff. You can reset your phone after the match, and just let Deathless Thanos do what Deathless Thanos does. I tried to overcoach him. You know, sometimes when you got, it's like Phil Jackson, you know, he'd let Michael Jordan just go out and play ball. He didn't try to tell him, you know, exactly what to do out there. And when you got Deathless Thanos, you got to let him do his thing. You can't try to overcoach him. Blame Canada. Yeah. Oh man, easy. I think it's probably you and me that get that joke. I mean, everyone else is like, yeah, blame Canada. That sounds like a good idea. But I think it's probably only you and me that we hear Blame Canada and the song starts in our heads. Anyone else? Is literally anyone else here Blame Canada and the song starts? I'm curious. For what it's worth, I actually love Canada. It's a phenomenal country. I've been up there with my youngest was actually still in utero, I believe is the term. But we had a phenomenal time, and then I've been up a couple times to Vancouver. It's a phenomenal country, beautiful place. But the song is great. What did I say we were going to do? I said we were going to do something. Oh yeah, the rank up. Oh, but I said we were going to talk about something. Oh, channels. Is when I put forth a lot of effort, you know, one of the things I do, it's like when I do the top 10s, is I really think through like the top 10s. I didn't want to just be like, oh, here's Conchu's Onk. Well, okay, well, yeah, today I think Ironheart's number 9. Yeah, and then number 8. Like, I want to really think this stuff through. 1, because I think it makes for a significantly better video. 2, integrity and honesty. And then 3, I literally then use those and I go back to the Illuminati. And I'm like, hey, I want to refine the general tier list in a variety of ways. In the tier list that's going to come out in a week, the general tier list, you guys are going to see it. It's going to look different, and it's going to upset some of you. And I hope you stick with me through it. And we've built a trusting relationship. And so, you know, being intentional with what we're doing is part of the effort. And I do think my channel hits a different place than a lot of the other channels. Like, I genuinely enjoy watching Legacy's channel. I genuinely do. And I think he's doing a different thing than I am. You know, I enjoy Nick136. I enjoy MSD. I'm going to say it. I know I'm not supposed to say it. I'm going to say it. I watch K21. I really do. I think he's an incredibly smart player. And so I will watch him. I usually watch him, though, just being full transparent. I usually watch his videos after mine. And the reason, and I'll tell you guys the reason, is like he's got a top 10 series out right now. If you go back far enough, because he you know, he's a full-time YouTuber, he takes his channel very seriously. He does a really nice job in doing what he's doing. And so his top 10s used to come out before mine. And so I very much was like, he and I often agree in like the end point. And so I was like, I want to stop watching his first because I want to make sure that his thinking and what he's saying is not influencing what I then go and present to you all. I want to make sure that like, essentially I'm not copying without intending to copy. And just the way things have gone, and I think what he's doing in his channel, what he's got going on in his life, my top 10s have actually started coming out before his. And so I've actually really enjoyed that I can listen to his top 10s now and be like, mine are already out. I know that what he's saying is not influencing what I'm saying. And it's pretty interesting, the stuff that like he and I agree on. Oftentimes the logic is not that far off. It's really interesting, despite him being... He's a more skilled player than me. I'm very comfortable with that concept. And him being very Battlegrounds focused, in his analysis. So it's, I'll say it. 90s basketball runs up all over. What's up, dude? Are you going all the way back to basketball? Oh, the Jordan and Phil Jackson. And I like a lot of other channels too. Those are just the ones that came to mind. I dropped it. Thanks, Strice. I appreciate it. But I didn't get started the first time until after I was already Valiant, so I haven't ranked him up yet. I also went to 7-star. Dude, Scorpion is one of the champions that I think I personally, with like my account, wouldn't use catalysts on that unless they were like expiring, because I don't use them anymore. But if I had like a 4 or 5 science gem for 6 stars, Scorpion is by far one of the best. By far. He's like, I think anyways, it's always hard to say because we don't know what the 7 stars are truly like until they come, right? It's all prognostication. I think he's like Photon. I think it's not Photon. Sorry. Ironheart. I kind of group Photon and Ironheart in some ways in my brain, in that they're not like, they very rarely like take the fight and destroy it. Like they're not Deathless Thanos in a fight, but they've got so much utility and their damage is good enough that I think they're very much two of the best champions in the game. Scorpion, Hercules are my most missing champs playing. Tobias, you've been playing a while, man, right? I'm surprised you're still missing them. I don't want to talk against Lagged. I watch most of the videos, but is recent top... Yeah, my boy. My boy Lags, man. He's a great guy. And he's really good at the game. He's really good at the game. And he knows what he's doing. He's one of the best YouTubers that MCoC has. Easily. Like, easily. One of the best. But I think I know what you're talking about, Boris. I agree about K2. I don't understand why that might be a hot take, though. Yeah. It was one of those ones, dude, where I started saying it, and I was like, I should shut up. But I had already opened my big mouth, and so I didn't want to finish. I just know there's a lot of people that there's a lot of people who have different feelings on him. When you've been covering the game as long as he has, you're gonna piss some people off along the way. And I think I want to leave it at there as far as what I say about it. I've seen people in Legacy's comments being unreasonably negative lately. If I dislike the content, I'll just watch something else. Yeah. I feel like I can talk on that without, putting my big foot in my big mouth. There is, I don't know when I started noticing this, and I'm not sure how much of it is like the general community and how much is my channel hit some milestones in a way. But there was a variety of things that started happening and made me think like, okay, my channel's reaching a new audience. And, we did hit 25,000 subscribers, but it started happening before that, to be honest. There is definitely a community. I will say, I think a lot of them are bots, though. I really do. And I'll explain why I think a lot of them are bots. Is they just come in and they clearly are saying something mean. Like, it's not, in the top 10s, like a comment could be, dude, where's Sable? ? And it's like, that wasn't like a nicely written thing. That's not like something that's gonna make me be like, oh, Well, Silver said, I'm just more like, okay, they just wanted to make their point and move on. That's fine. That's the comment. Like, that's fine. That's okay. That's not upsetting. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. But there'll be like another version of it that's like, obviously a moron if they don't know that this champion is the top 10. Ha ha ha. Emoji. And like sometimes I'll go and I'll check the comments, and that comment will have been live for like a minute. It already has like 5 likes. And then someone else will make a very similar comment and it'll have like 4. And it's like, am I truly to believe that within like a 30-second span of time, 5 different people all made basically the same comment in a variety of insulting ways and also found each other's comment and liked it? Or is it more likely that there's like one person with a bot who just likes to make really insulting comments on videos? And I went with the very tame version of insulting. So, yeah. I think, and because Lags, like, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but Lags has the biggest active YouTube channel in MCoC. Like, I think it's not even close. He has by far the largest active YouTube channel in MCoC. If you guys can think of another one, you let me know. But off the top of my head, I can't think of another one. And so I think it makes sense that he gets the most of these comments. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the live rank 3. Live. And rank 3 still mean a lot to me. I know some of you are all like, it's not a rank 4. Boo. Hiss. Get off the stage. And sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never hurt me ever. Yeah, Brian's gone. Seaton doesn't post as much. Yeah, that's my general sense. All right, here we go. This champion, I want to see. Start guessing who you think this is going to be. We'll start with the clues because I think this could be fun. If you guys think it's fun, we'll do this here. This champion is one that I typically like to make fun of. Not only this champion, I'm not necessarily making fun of this champion, but I like to make fun of how often it's Kabam tries to be like, you could also use this champion. To the point where I've actually commissioned Cat Murdoch to make an emoji of this very concept. I've not seen it yet. Okay. This champion did get a buff. This champion went through the rebalancing and actually got a buff. All right. Let's see here. No. All right. Let me see. What else can I do with this? This champion also has pretty powerful synergies with 2 of my favorite champions to play. I don't know if that's going to be too helpful to anybody. Okay. This champion can shut down evade. No. This is funny. I'm obviously not doing a good enough job of making fun of them. It's Vega. Okay. I don't think anyone said it. Let me make sure. Okay. This might make it too easy. This champion is in the Cosmic class. No? There you go. United Hicks got it. Glad, yeah, Chop's got it too. So for a long time, and I remember covering him in the New Champ video, I was like, dude, he's really good. And I think my big question mark on him being Gladiator, for anyone listening but not watching, is, how's he going to do with the AI? Like, I do think the AI is better than it was at the time of his buff. The AI was rough at that time, in my opinion. And how is that going to all, interact and play out? And I likened him a lot to Adam Warlock. And as time has gone on, Karate Mike is a big fan of Gladiator. A frequent commenter, really smart player. I don't think he's here. Oh, Pablito, right there, actually. Has been talking about Gladiator for like a long time, and like, can do this, can do that, and put up like scores on my BG, on the BG channel and Discords I'm in and things like that. And I was always like, that's cool, but like, but like, hey, that's really awesome. And I appreciate sharing and we're learning. But after a while, it started to be like, okay, wait a minute. This is a lot of defenders that are very good defenders. And this is across a variety of Battlegrounds metas. And then Pablito, who's actually literally right there. That's right. I'm glad he's here. Put out a video of Gladiator and all these fights that Gladiator could do. And one of the things that came through for me in the video was, it's not like, and Pablito and I got actually to talk about this the other day, is what I feel like I'm seeing is he's not as AI dependent nearly as much, or he's not as stressful because of the AI as what Adam Warlock is doing. Like, yes, Adam Warlock the player can skill through some of the AI issues, but there's still the stress to get the thing done, to get the hit in time. Pablito, I would love it if you linked the video. Actually, now that this wasn't planned at all, but please link the video, because I would love for people to go see it. I really would. It's on the tier list, the general tier suite every month. Like, if people click on the links for the champions, it takes them to the playlists on my channel. Your video's in the playlist. I want people to see it. I think would help them a lot. And so, as I saw the video and we talked, I was like, I think it's less of a flow issue, if hopefully you're familiar with what I mean by flow, with Gladiator, and it's more a summoner skill level issue. And we talked it through, and it kind of made sense based on the way we were defining things. And so I also happen to know who designed him, and I think the guy is a phenomenal designer. Just some amazing champions that I'm often just not quite good enough to play. But I really want to try to get this guy down. For one, I think he's an absolute blast. Like, if you can play him well. I've already kind of messed it up, I think. Like, how is that not fun? I'm sorry, if you don't think that looks like fun, we do not define fun in the same way. Like, I know that's just Realm of Legends. I know that's just Winter Soldier. I know I probably didn't even play that well. But you just get them in the corner and you beat the crap out of them. It is fun. And the cold snap shuts off evade. And here's the thing. It's not spoiling Pablito's video at all. Here's the link. Please go watch it. Like, even if you leave this stream and go watch it, you almost never hear a YouTuber be like, please don't watch me right now. But like, honestly, at least save this video, download this video. There's also Pablito, now that I know he's here, I'm going to go full in. He's also done some tremendous shorts that I think one of the fights isn't even in the video. And then we talk about meta, and I'll talk about meta more in the general tier list, which will come out on the 26th. I don't talk about that much in the BG's video. It comes out on 19th because of time issues, right? I'm trying to make those videos a little shorter. He's outrageously good for many of the big bad defenders that Kabam's been putting into the game. And it's not just like luck, or luck's not the right word. It's RPG ass, but also that confidence mechanic and the just hitting into the specials with these longer specials. It does take some skill. I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And like I said, I know the designer that designed Gladiator is really kind to me, answers a lot of my questions, and it seems to be very happy to share knowledge with me on things. And I think Gladiator is one of his champions I might be able to play well. So I'm very excited about this. I'm hopeful that in the coming weeks and months, you see showcases from me, And not that I'm like, I just couldn't do it. But we'll see. I'd like to do it. CCP map testing Gladiator, maybe? I don't think right now, but that's a great idea. Because I do think I'm going to have to get, I think I'm going to have to get used to it a little bit on like when to actually do the knockdown, when to actually use my unblockable and that sort of thing. And if you're curious, you're like, dude, what synergies were you talking about? Prowler came out afterwards, I believe. So you guys know I love Prowler. I think Prowler is a phenomenal champion. I think it's on the Prowler side. Spider-Punk actually is involved in there too, which is cool. So Prowler has this synergy with White Tiger, who I love playing. And there it is. Special 2 attacks grant a Fury buff for 6 seconds. I think that's going to be really nice for Prowler, even though I have mine at a big SIG, 200. I think that'll be really, really nice in like questing formats and things like that. And then if we go to the White Tiger side, I think this is cool. I thought the Kabam was pretty cheeky on this. So for those who don't remember or weren't playing the game, Gladiator actually beat out White Tiger in the like the Summoner's Choice vote for who was going to come, and he won, I think, by a 49.5 to 50.5 ratio. And so here it is. They gave the synergy. They called it mano a mano. I actually haven't asked about that. That's really interesting. I wonder if he's I wonder where that came from. But you can see this synergy with White Tiger. It's only a 49.5, so it's not even quite 50%. But if you've played White Tiger, you know that if you're just able to sit there and power steal on the specials, that's a pretty big deal. And then also this on Gladiator, charging heavy while the opponent's back is against the wall, which, as you saw, is a lot of what you are, hoping happens. You get a Fury buff granting 49, granting attack rating by 50%, which is a lot. That's a lot. Where I come from, 50% of something is a lot, and it looks like you can stack it 3 times, which I imagine would be pretty difficult to do in 2 seconds. But anyways, what's up? What's up, Beamer? How you doing, bud? You're planning on making a proper guide on how to master them? Please do, man. I will be watching that. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. I think Gladiator is the champ I hate the most playing. I hear that. I very much understand that, and I think that's just kind of like our game nowadays. It's so big, and the only time I think that sucks is when like it's like your character. You're like, dude, I love the comics. I love this champion. I love them from the movies or whatever, and then they come into the game, and you're like, why? Why mine? That stinks. But unless that's the case, I'm not saying like I'm happy you don't like the champion. I'm just saying like, it's a big game, and sometimes they're going to do champions like this, and it just might not land with everybody. Basically, every OG Avenger. So Buggy, I think for meta reasons, I'm trying to figure out what I should do now. I think for meta reasons, OG Iron Man. I think that fits with him too. He's very, very good. He is extremely good. There's just not a lot of places to use him in stuff that really matters right now. I'm going to hold off just in case one of my mates needs me to take a fight on that left island. Here, we'll go to the squad builder for a bit. But because there's not a lot, like there's not many mutants asking for what OG Iron Man does, like I had to start moving him down the rankings. You're going to see that in the tier list this in a week. Gore, is that for me personally? Oh, like you love Gore. Probably not from the movie, maybe. But from comics, but in the game. Gore honestly feels to me like something went wrong. Us players will never know. Gore like doesn't. I don't know. It something just feels wrong. I don't know what it is. I know players have really liked him. But I recall even in watching it, people would be like, "Oh, look at this thing, and I can get the SB3, and then the God Bomb, man, the God Bomb," and I'd be like, "Okay, yeah." I don't know. I was like, that looks really fun. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't That's not going to make me move him up a tier list. I'm not going to tell like viewers, you can God bomb everybody. Just go to Realm of Legends and God bomb Winter Soldier. Like, that's not how the game's played. Poker time? Yeah, I think so, man. Because I guess we could go back to BGs in a minute. Oh yeah, I should put this down. 131. I also felt like you all were kind of asking some questions and we were kind of doing some more like conversational stuff. So I wanted something I didn't have to pay too much attention to. Show off the synergy teams in Realm of Legends. Oh, I thought you were making fun of how I just did that recently. Yeah, you know, I guess we could do that. The on the synergy video I made, there were quite a few. See, I think this should be a thing. This, I don't know. Oh no, wait. Forget it. Cancel everything I said. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. Because if you get 2 of one color and 3 of the other, it is a thing, isn't it? Or is this the one that Kabam didn't make? Yeah, they didn't. It's the numbers. This is, I remember thinking the numbers matter more than the faction. Okay. Iron Man's still OP in rates. He is, dude. Yeah, he is. But, I mean, I think of that as more, and you're right. You're right. I'm not taking away from it, but I almost always put things into like advice I would give viewers. Is I don't think I would ever use that as a reason to rank a champion. I would be more like, that's a cool addition. You know, it's a cool like additional piece. You know, like Ironheart. Ironheart's been phenomenal in raids. That's not why I think she's one of the best champions in the game. Sort of scenario. Old Man Easy, Iron Man is less useful now because there's a lot of bishops. Okay, I can't like not pay attention to the screen at all. I thought I might be able to. Because a lot less bishops. Yeah, I mean that's definitely part of it. So it's not spoiling Grass's video, and it's obviously not spoiling a podcast. There's no way I in 30 seconds could cover a whole, what'll hopefully be like an hour podcast. But I think what kind of happened with Iron Man is he was like a generic attacker without a ton of like true RPG answers. Like he's armor breaking in the tech class. Like there's not a lot of mutants that are saying like, please armor break me. Like, I honestly can't think of any. And so while that can add up to significant damage, it's not being asked for, you know? And, like, I do think this is kind of happening in tech. Because I know that, like, if you listen to me talk about the tech class, I think part of what you could say is, well, then why do you like Stark Spider-Man so much? And I'd be like, because he crits so much that if the defender's not asking you to not crit at all, he's just getting the fight down. Like, because he crits so much and those crits are so big and he gets them so fast and so few hits. Well, Iron Man's got a ramp to do all of that. And even then, he doesn't crit as frequently. And then, you know, Spider-Man has the stun, which unless the character is like stun immune or it's a node, like When I Opened or something, that's like just always in flavor, right? That's never out of season. As I put him in the trash can. And so I think Stark Spider-Man is like so good as a generic attacker that he is maintained. He's actually like not maintained. He's pushed up. He's one of the best in the game. Now that I have him and I get to see it and realize it. Where I think Iron Man, because he doesn't RPG answer anything besides, like you said, like Bishop, because of his immunities. It wasn't even like he shut down Bishop. He didn't stop what Bishop was trying to do offensively. What he did is he was immune to what Bishop does. So again, similarly, unless the big defensive threat of a mutant champion is is Incinerate, Iron Man's not your answer because he's not like stopping it from happening. He's immune to it. That I've never really tried to put that all into words yet, but I think that's why. Like that's exactly it. And then we have Onslaught, Iron Man's metal. He doesn't crit that much, so he's not getting Onslaught down that fast, but he does crit. So then you're getting the neuros on you. It's like this weird kind of thing. Oh, Incinerating Prowess. That's true. Thanks, Boris. Thanks for reminding me. That's true. The Prowess. That is true. But again, you know, Jean Grey, Prowess has nothing to do with it. Incinerate has nothing to do with it. Onslaught, Prowess has nothing to do with it. Incinerate has nothing to do with it. Dust, it's not really her prowess, it's the problem. He doesn't have Incinerate to help mitigate her sand. Like he's just, yeah. And I love, the reason I brought him up is because I love Tony Stark. Like MCU Tony Stark's my favorite character in the MCU. I'm kind of pumped up that they, let's not talk about it. I don't want it to be spoilers for anyone. All right, what am I doing here? Let's just swap to. When are we getting a new Iron Man? Like in the game or the MCU? I don't know, Buggy. I don't think I'm paying enough attention to the squad builder right now. I need to pay a little more attention. It feels odd that I'm saying maybe let's switch over to Battlegrounds so I can pay more attention to the chat. But here we are. So how slowly I punish that SP1, that might not be a good idea. Good point, Jason. That's right. Iceman. That's right, because he has cold snap immunity. So that's the other part of it. And like, this is kind of how I hope the podcast is, and you know, the guys on the podcast will be smart like you all are, and they'll point these things out. And I think that'll then lead us down. The idea is like, well, the other thing that happened is there's going to be characters like this that kind of didn't get their chance to fully shine because they came out right before, and this is like Iron Man, before the new mutant threats came online, right? Like if you think about who we're naming, it's Bishop, Iceman, right? And you named another one, Colossus, who like, you know, he has defensive threats, but he's not a defender, you know? Like there's a Battlegrounds meta that can make that happen, but he's not really a defender. Yeah. We're all smart. I'm definitely not included. Hey, look, you just gotta say stuff every once in a while, and if you say enough things, something smart will come out. Hey, Vega. You know about the Furies you get? Yeah, I honestly don't pay, because all it does is make the fight a little bit faster, right? Like, it doesn't play into, you know, the luck of the cards or anything. I don't know. Don't insult MCoC Encyclopedia's favorite. I like MCoC Encyclopedia. Don't you try to make it sound like I'm insulting anything that guy is involved in. Thanks, Chris. Hey, what's up, Moxie? Thanks for being here, bud. Would I like it if we could choose what special to use for all champ? No, I wouldn't. I like that I actually like that is currently reserved for like certain characters. I would like it. I would have liked it if the maker had maybe similar to like what Future Ant-Man has, or not Future Ant-Man, more to like what I think Shothra's got a mechanic like this, and Tigra, which might be why they didn't add it now they think about it, because I think it only resides in the Mystic class. But I would with the Maker, I would have really liked it if you could basically turn off his SP3, or you had to like activate it in a way. But I think they just didn't intend for him to be like an extremely powerful Battlegrounds champion. He is really powerful outside of it, in my opinion. Like, he genuinely is. And so I kind of like that it's a mechanic currently reserved for specific champions, or it can be part of your strategic play, like Future Ant-Man and stuff like that. Like, I had a Future Ant-Man fight earlier where I actually messed it up, and I think I threw the SB1, and I purposely did it, but as seconds after I did it, I was like, I should have just done the special too. Dude, the Commandalorian, what's up, bud? Always appreciate your content. And that's tough, coming from a Commanders fan. What's up, man? Keep up the good work. And remember, we're coming for you. Yeah, man, I think you got... you may have the best quarterback in football within the next couple of seasons. Huge thank you for the dono, man. I really appreciate it. Let us know if you have a question or anything. I'm typing in the wrong space. Yeah, the Commander's looking good. Is there any word on McLaurin? He's holding out, right? That'll obviously be a problem. I think he's awesome, dude. I actually recall, my recollection is it was the first game of the season, his rookie year. It might not have been the first game of the season, but my recollection it was. And I went to watch the Eagles play at a sports bar here, and McLaurin just tore us up, dude. I think he had like 2 touchdowns that day. I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's awesome, man. Would love to see Rintra having the same SP3 prevention. Dude, I would love that for Rintra. I think that would be massive for Rintra. The thing with him... The thing with Rintra is he's a mess. Like, they've cleaned him up, but he still like feels like an absolute mess. And I'm glad they cleaned him up. So like, what the heck should I do with this hand? Just keep Fury and get rid of the other 4? But yeah, I hear you. I think that would be huge for a champ like Rintra. I love my buggy cat. Oh, I like Rintra a lot. I often struggle. Rintra is one of the champions whenever we do the big kind of revamp of the tier list, rarely, it's not the champions themselves changing places. Every once in a while it is. But it's typically more just like how the information's presented and the tiers. There's usually a lot of bloat over the course of the year. And Rintra is often one that I struggle with. Where exactly, how we exactly are going to score him. Because any champion that has like the potential for those highs, like when Rintra's special 2 crits, it's tough. Like, how do you quantify that specifically? Like if I give him a 4 out of 5 for budget, being like, because he does have an insanely powerful neutralize, right? He's healing up, the whole root mechanic. He's tanky. And then when that thing crits, like, dude, that's one of the biggest crits in the game. But it's so rare, Oh, Pablito, absolutely, man. In fact, you know what we should do? Here, is put it, and then I'll put it in the description of this video as well. Here, let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't have a way to like copy and paste that. I don't know, maybe I do. I want to be very careful with this. I want to make sure I don't accidentally. So anyone who's watching, Pablito's video is now linked in the description. Well, not yet. I got to type it out. Cool. It should be in there now. think we're all good. And then, yeah, good call on changing the replace pinned comment. Oh, Pablito. So here's the thing is, and I think all of y'all have caught on to this about me by now, is if I see something and I think it's great, shout out. I do it one to, anyone who's supportive of me, my buddies, people who are working with me, sharing knowledge, Illuminati. I shout them out because one, I'm grateful. Right? Gratitude. It's a good thing. Two, I want them to know that I appreciate what they do. Right? And one of the best ways to do it is to say thank you. And then back it up with actions. And here's the other thing. Remember, I am a YouTube channel that's one of its main focuses. Not I have a YouTube channel. One of its main focuses is trying to get information out and help out viewers. So when a video like that comes along, I feel like I'd actually be doing a disservice to my viewers by not telling them about it. Like it would go from being the positive of saying, here's this video, you should check it out, to a negative by not saying it, because I'm depriving them the opportunity to know that it's there. So yeah, there's multiple reasons for it. So don't worry about it, man. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna swap one. We got all the yellows here, so we'll swap one here. Get rid of Human Torch. No one likes him anyway. It's kind of a hothead. Oh, the Gladiator video is in the playlist. That's linked in the spreadsheet. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. That happened a while ago. I probably did it the day I saw it. They're not in those playlists. They're definitely not all my videos, and they're not all Illuminati videos. Like there's a variety of content creators in there. Top grinder who runs arena. That's what I was thinking too. That's one of the reasons why I've avoided even doing like estimates on scores. I think right now we have the only people who know is Kabam. Because they literally know. Other than that, there's no way. Hey, that's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna fight the boss. Stink. Do I think 175? So I honestly, man, I don't even want to guess on this one, because here's the thing. We just have no idea, and it's hard to, because like it's just the top 50. So I think what that's going to do is going to cause people like me who would almost never ever push in a mode like this, because I'm like, there's no way I'm making the top 200. I know this. I know that. Now I'm like, okay, I just got to hit the top 50. And that could have like two effects on the community. I just don't know which it's going to be. Because I could see people like me being like, okay, well, if I just play a few more hours, it'll be fine. And then that pushes up the score. Or it could have the opposite effect of being like, dude, it's the top 50. Like, come on, obviously I'm going to make it. I hit all the milestones. Like, I think we truly just... It's like when something goes up for auction the first time, there's nothing to base it on. You can go with like a similar thing, or like a similar piece of art, or a similar autograph baseball, or, whatever. But like, there's no precedent. There's no true value point yet. And so that's why I just don't want to even come close. All right, we're gonna do battlegrounds here, I think, because I think that's the smart thing to do. When you're winding down, a little tired, and you feel like chit-chatting. Go back to that. We should do friendlies. Nah, man, I hear you, and I understand. Well, maybe we'll do that on tomorrow. I think today I want to... Let me get this one in, and let me see how badly this goes. If I'm playing like dumb, maybe we'll do it. Where is DL? I think I mean potentially he's on vacation or something, but he's running his channel and stuff, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Yelena's gotta go. That's just not. There's no way we're letting her stick around. I unfortunately still have not learned to actually fight arcade, so he's got to go. And I don't have Dark Phoenix, so she is also getting banned. This could get ugly. This could get very, very ugly for me. This person's done a nice job of putting their deck together for this meta. Nice, Hicks. Hope all goes really well, dude. I hope everything goes really, really well for you, buddy. That's a scary roster pair. It looks particularly scary for this meta. Like, I have more R4s than them, but for this particular meta, yeah, this looks a little on the scary side, man. Not gonna lie. I mean, they even have a rank 3 Sig 100 Terax. But that's kind of like what we talk about on the tier list too. Is if you want to go hard on this meta. Oh, you know what, dude? I should put in Gladiator. What the heck am I doing? I was intentionally not making any rank ups for this meta because it's not the final 2 weeks, and I'm not into it. But Gladiator, I think, would be pretty good. He's 660. So I would think he would have some value. Should do that. Beatles, how many rank 4s do I have? Is that the question? Yes, sir. Remind me after this. I actually don't know. It's quite a few. I go big on the holidays, and that it adds up. Oh, they pulled a rank 4 Sig 200 Chakra. Okay. I think Jean is worth. Yeah, the thing I would be cautious about though, is remember she just entered the Titan, so just make sure you know that you may pull her. That's one of the reasons why I'm hoarding. Is I made the decision to rank up the champions I had and use Awakening Gems and Stick Stones, and I was like, I'll be annoyed if I pull them. So that was an additional reason for me. Shoot. Yeah. I'm not focused enough to be doing battlegrounds. Yeah, I didn't even mean to. I might as well just let her. But as far as just pure, is she good enough? And does she get a good enough value out of Sig 1? In my opinion, yes, Jean does. In fact, I may have used an Awakening Gem on Jean. I think I did, actually. I think my Jean is Sig 1. But again, that was part of my thinking of waiting. And this was a round I should have won. That was part of my thinking on, again, hoarding, waiting. Was I wanted to make sure I didn't frustrate myself by opening up another type. But I guess this is why you should never give up. I shouldn't have given up. Lesson learned. I'm just not playing this meta enough. But yeah, I guess with the healing, that can happen. The only one I'm missing from the last time that I want Spider Wombs. I don't know if the game was worth it. I mean, no champion's necessary anymore, man. You know? Spider Woman's really good, though. She really is. I will say, she's not gonna, I don't think, let me check it after this. Remind me after this. I don't think she's going to be in the highest tier in the next tier list. That match crazy. Yeah, I think this meta's doing that to people. I'm not playing it very much myself. And I'm not watching BG streams, like Battleground streams, like I normally would. So, but my sense is that's probably happening quite a bit. And like I said, I shouldn't have given up. Even after the first mistake, you know? This guy has so much annoying stuff in his kit. Like going stun immune on the opponent's specials. Like that's so much extra. That's like, were we really that worried about Doctor Doom? Like, I gotta box out 6-star Doctor Doom. Gotta do it. There's not enough in the kit. Not enough. Yay! Yeah, man, he's so many levels of extra. Damn, I should have gone for the win. Should have used Kushala. I was pretty much throwing that round. Although, I kind of screwed myself, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That was not a smart throw at all from me. Yeah. C'est la vie. Even his hammer sword is extra. The whole thing's extra. The whole literal. We should nickname him Extra. What? What the hell just happened? I was so... What happened? How did I get parried? This fight was going so well. Uninstall? Yeah, uninstall! 1-star review on Apple Store. Well, congratulations to my opponent. I mean, obviously I messed up somehow. Did anyone see it? I don't have another I don't have another screen to check. Like, how did I get parried? Wasn't I unstoppable? Like, I wasn't even like worried about that being a potentiality. Like, I thought he had into me. I was unstoppable. I was just going on with what I was doing. It's really freaking annoying, man. I imagine it was something. I like 99%, not 99, 90% of the time, I think there's a bug or something weird on playback. I'm like, oh, I was slow, or this interaction or something like that. But now I'm a little annoyed. You know, guys, I think we're going to call it for the day. I should probably get back to some stuff. How many points do you score? That has been the most common question, and I feel really badly because I don't even know, man. I have no idea, and it's because it's like the first time we've done this. Like, we have nothing to compare it to, and I could see the community responding to the 50% threshold in ways. I could see some people responding in a way of like, now they're going to play more than they otherwise would because usually they don't have a chance to get into a bracket. Or I could see some people being like, I'm not going to play very much because, man, 50% of the community, I'll probably do that in just the milestones. So as a result, this week, I am not making any predictions. Oh, Counter Force. Yeah, of course. I might watch that back on the Pablito, were you watching that? That looked really weird to you too? If it did, then I might go back and try to watch it while I have lunch to see like what the heck happened. Okay, so rank 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. I have 14. This heat wave sale. I put out my video on my thoughts on the sale, but then I also put out, you know, in combination, maybe this should have been 2 separate videos, was like kind of what I'm doing to kind of try to maximize and enjoy these. And I'm very transparent, guys. I'm a YouTuber, right? Like, so part of buying the stuff is like, this is like buying a printer for my home office. Like, I use this to do the videos and to make the rank ups and to help with my analysis of champions and stuff like that. And one of the ways it was, I spent like 2/3 of the what people are saying was the cost of the event, and that's because I had 12,000 units on hand. We're kind of like being a little playful about it on my Discord server, but like one of my MCoC mantras has been like, units are for rank up materials. So even though I buy the store, I do spend on the sales. I don't spend my units on like this. I just don't. And again, I'm really forthright on this. Is like, if you have the willpower to do it, I guess more power to you. But you're a very unique human. I know that if I buy one, I'm going to buy a lot more than one. And so I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to even tempt myself with that sort of thing. That's why when I went on big on Nico, that was pretty unique. And I actually think the next one we'll probably do it on is Mr. Knight. I'm just so excited about that. I enjoyed the Moon Knight TV show and stuff so much. So I could see me maybe doing that. We'll see if and when it happens. But yeah, so there they are. There's the 14 and all that stuff. And like I said, I just do the large sales. The large sales are really big, as you guys know. And so I was able to get, I think, like 6 rank 4s. I also completed Wheel of Fate around that time, so that probably played into it a little bit. Comfortable is very subjective, though. Are you just trying to get the 50%? Then what Vega said, if you want the High Evolutionary, it won't be comfortable. Yeah, I don't think High Evolutionary is going to be comfortable for anyone. That's going to be a tremendous amount of hours. A tremendous amount of hours. Half a BG deck of free to play having basically what, like max 7? I am honestly not sure what the max free to play could have right now. I don't know. We raised the minimum for the alliance to, I think it's 3. And I remember checking in with free to play players like, hey, if you've done the content, you have at least 3. And I felt like the answer I got was like, yes, you comfortably have 3. I mean, right now, without unit spending, max you can get is 4. You're sure? But yeah, so that could be how we arrived at 3. Yep, fully understand. It's why I didn't quite understand the legacy hate either. Spend when you can. So, I mean, without like, no, whatever. I'll say the truth. Like, we're here. I honestly think like I said, I think some of it is just like bots. Like, I genuinely think it's like one person who has like 10 bots or like 10 different accounts. And if you make that like again, Legacy has, I think, like around 120,000 subscribers. He's the biggest active channel on that covers this game. And so, like, let's say I get like 5 of those comments. He's been doing this longer than me and putting more effort into it consistently for a long time. So he deserves it. But let's say 80,000 of his subscribers are active subscribers. If I've got 10, then that means he's got at least 40, probably more, And so I think some of it's just that. I also think this, dude, and I learned this a little bit through my experiences the last 3 or 4 months, is most people don't watch more than the first, that's not fair to say. A lot of people don't even want to try to understand the video. Like, they have no interest in it. They either like, did you tell me what I already thought or not? And if you did, then, and if you didn't, thumbs down. And I think Lags kind of got into a situation there, and I've done it myself too recently, where I thought, if I logically say what I'm doing and then I do it, that will be okay. And so that we're not being like dumbly vague is, I'm talking about when I did the video with the title boycott or the thumbnail boycott. And I was like very clear laying out what it was. And the Kabam like did the things that I asked for. And so I thought, wow, people will be really excited and really happy. I'm really happy because this company responded. And what I learned was, of people who thumb up and thumb down, about 35% were really still unhappy. And from their comments, it was clear that they never paid attention to my initial videos. They wanted to like burn the company to the ground. They wanted like all bugs fixed and everything. I was like, that's not happening, guys, But about 65% of people who took the time to thumb it up, right? Like most people are more likely to thumb something down than to thumb something up, right? Like, it's like when you go on Yelp reviews, often it's like a bunch of 5 stars and a bunch of 1 stars. And that's because pissed off people are much more likely in general to leave a review. And so I think that kind of happened with Lags there a little bit, was, if I could do it all over again, and I said this in my videos, and I've kind of like moved on from it, is I would not have come back with we're so back. I was getting ready to leave on what I knew was like a 2-week trip to Japan. All my videos were pre-uploaded and ready to go. I'd done a tremendous amount of work. Then this whole boycott thing came up. I spent a tremendous amount of time on it. And so as a result, I was very excited. I was like, cool, this is over before I even leave to Japan. I can put a bow on this. I can get this out to my viewers. This feels great. I'm not thinking about it while I'm in Japan and that whole thing. Is what I should have done was been like, this is a great first step. Let's see if Kabam acts upon it and does well. Like, they said they're going to do it, but come on, and that's what I should have done. And I think what it was is for the rational people is it was what they felt was like their speed between boycott, not enough, we're so back. because they didn't see all of the communications all the time in between. And so I think what happened with Lags is this sale sucks. The next day, me massive whaling. And because they weren't looking to try to understand, and also I get it too. Know what it's like to be Lags. I don't know what it's like to be a full-time YouTuber who's relying on the income. Right? That's not me. This is all gravy for me. This is all fun. I put all of it back into the channel or whatever. This is like, I do this because I'm having a good time, not because my family's relying on it. And so I don't even know what it's fully like to be him. And I thought it was pretty ballsy, to be honest, that he went out and made the video saying like, look, guys, this is my job and I want to make the Battle Realm Brawl. And if I'm going to make the Battle Realm Brawl, I have to whale. Like he literally said it like it was, which is pretty rare on social media. And there's a lot of reasons why I like Lags and respect Lags. And that's one of them, is I think he was extremely transparent. But I also, because of my own experience, understand why there was a lot of very hateful comments. I'm not justifying those comments, and I'm definitely not saying they're okay. But I had a very small taste of it. And so I can see why Lags got what I think was a tremendous amount of irrational hate. So yeah. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bud? What's up, Sticks? I just started talking. I agree. I think either bots or they just didn't get to the end of the video when Lags basically said, "I'm still going to buy the offers, and here's why." Yeah. So if again, like I didn't know this. I did not know this because I didn't watch much YouTube before I started a YouTube channel. The vast majority of people don't watch to the end. Like the vast majority. A good portion drop out like in the first 45 seconds. My tier list videos, like the general tier list, is by far my most viewed each month. But it's actually it is a positive for my channel because I'm consistent and I do it every month. But it's also a large negative for my channel because it's often one of the most it often has one of the lowest ratios of views durations because a lot of people, and like whatever, I don't love it, but a lot of people go on, they get the tier list, the spreadsheet, and they leave. So the watch duration is significantly lower as far as a percentage than the vast majority of my videos. And like what I've been told, and it makes some sense to me, is often the YouTube algorithm like almost doesn't know what to do. Like in some ways, it's almost like they're like, oh, this guy's like almost like a one-hit wonder. So then sometimes it doesn't share out some of my other videos. It's a really interesting thing, right? So yeah. I agree. I think, okay. I appreciate you always as your honesty. Just think people have to have more grace, provide more constructive versus bar funding. Oh, I couldn't agree more, man. I thank you and I appreciate it. And that's why I don't think it was you actually, but it was someone else earlier was saying that like they really like this channel and they don't watch a lot of the other ones. I mean, I'm different, dude. I'm 46 years old and I don't rely on this for a single anything, like at all. Trust me, I love it. I have a blast. If I had to give it up tomorrow, it would hurt because I've built it and I enjoy doing this with you all. But it wouldn't like materially change my ability to take care of my family or the things I want to do in life, And so I think that allows me, or I think it's a lot easier for me to say what I actually think and not be too concerned with, will this play well on YouTube, And over time, people like yourself have been like, oh, I don't think this guy's bullshitting me. I don't always like what he says, but he's not bullshitting me. He's not doing this for the clicks, that sort of thing. So it feels like certain people are opening his videos just to find something wrong with them. I think also that, Pablito, I think there's a group of folk who do that. There is a group of folks who do that. And I don't mean this in a condescending way, because I know people say this condescendingly sometimes. And I used to do this because it's just me. Like my honesty and forthright sometimes gets me in trouble. I'm still 46 and I still make this mistake. Is people will be like really upset in the comments. And I used to go and be like, hey man, honestly, I think you should stop playing the game. Like the game should be fun, and you sound really upset, and like really advise you to like uninstall and like do something else for a bit, man. Like this isn't fun for you. And like honestly, they would respond and other people would respond and be like, what's wrong with you? Why are you being so condescending? Or like, shouldn't the game get better? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't like, I'd walk away, you know, because I get why they thought that, but it's not what I meant, you know? So anyways, or we just said, hey, what's up, Stick? Hey, Andy. You're more relatable than many others. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. I think that's part of why I enjoy this so much, though. And I love how we have a stream and we can talk about this. And seconds earlier, I was making dumb puns and we were talking about 80s baseball, I think it was, and Phil Jackson. And then there was a joke about the South Park movie with Blame Canada. Like, it feels like we're all just hanging out, shooting the shit. Like, if any of you are able to make it to Vancouver for the Summoners Fest, I'm hopeful that Kabam will allow me to take a look at the itinerary. And if there's a good, like a couple hour break or something in it, I will try to find a location, probably a bar, because, you know, they tend to have the most space for the sort of thing where we can all just like hang out, like just and talk. If it's about Scottie Pippen and Jordan and the Bulls or the game, whatever. But I think my sense is we'd all genuinely enjoy hanging out. Why is Spider-Man not going to be in the highest tier? Oh, dude, Fausty, what's up, bud? Thanks for asking. Let me pull it up, dude. And I will admit that the general tier list is not finalized. In fact, I recorded Best for BGs right before this stream. That comes out Saturday. The final tier list, the full Illuminati hasn't even seen. There's a chance they shit all over it. I don't think they will, but there's a chance they do. And I'm going to start presenting it in two different ways. One is going to be for like new and progressing players. And then another formatting is going to be for your like in-game players or your competitive players. Currently, without the Illuminati having fully looked at it, with the way the presentation will be for in-game players and competitive players, she is the second one in the second tier. So she's right behind Red Guardian. Okay, sandwiched between Red Guardian and Hulk, actually. And it's kind of for two reasons. The main one is having done the top 10s and had to try to really define like who's the best, is that I found I was able often to say, I think this champion is the best in this class, which I was kind of surprised by. And I felt like having, let's use Onslaught as an example, and Dazzler in the same tier wasn't really, it didn't fit with how I view the game. Or having, you guys know how much I love Guardian, right? And Red Skull. I think having Guardian and Red Skull in the same tier as Ironheart is inaccurate. I don't think that's right, according to the way I think. And so one of the biggest changes I made, it wasn't demoting champions as far as where they stand relative to each other. It was changing the thresholds of the highest tier. So the highest tier now actually necessitates a higher score on the tier list, like all the back end work that myself and the Woods and the Illuminati do. And as a result, Spider-Woman to me is not, based on my experience with her right now, she's great, but she is not in the same tier as Photon and Human Torch. There's some other champions on there, and I don't want to give away too much of the video, but she's not. Now, if the Illuminati's like, dude, no, she is. I've used her in war, and then in Battlegrounds, you're not using her enough in Battlegrounds, or like in really tough questing content, then of course I'm going to listen to them. That's one of the many reasons I have, put together Illuminati, is because it's a bunch of people with experience I don't have. And I want people who are willing to disagree with me. So we'll see. But that's why. That's why as of right now, she's not. 2 days in a week. Hey, what's up, Osman? Thanks for being here, bud. Jordan Pippen was the last time I watched basketball. I have to admit, I haven't watched a lot of it's funny, I was gonna say recent basketball. Jordan Pippen is a lot longer ago than recent. The game's so different now. I don't enjoy watching it like I used to. I just don't. And I remember when I was a kid, I remember people saying that about the basketball I loved, about how different it was, and it's a different game. And so it's kind of funny for me to now say that. And of course, a lot of it is the advent of the 3-point line and what that's done to the game and skill sets and stuff. No, Faust, I realized you probably asked that question well before I started explaining. No, the Illuminati has not even seen this. The only people who've seen it are the spreadsheet wizards. I hope you guys come to Vancouver, because I think both of the wizards will be there too. It'll be nice for y'all to meet these guys and stuff. But they do so much of the work on the spreadsheet itself, and they help me with the thresholds and stuff like that. It's been downhill since I missed the era so much. Oh, Kazuri is saying a similar thing to me there about basketball. Spider Woman will make it to ISU soon. I will bet on that. She's just too good. Yeah, I really like her. Maybe I'm just not playing her enough. Maybe what I'll probably try to do is force her into some matchups, and I'll surprise myself. She's just as good as Photon. Same dual threat consistency. Were you talking about just Battlegrounds or like in general for the whole game? Curious on that. Spider Woman will get there eventually. Old Man Easy saying that too. She's still pretty new. Interesting. Old Man Easy, I think, tends to think of the game similarly to me. I don't know if he would agree with that, but from comments and getting to hang out with him a little bit, he's been consistently correct on that sort of stuff about like predicting. I think you guys will eventually get there or something like that. Basketball's too soft now. So I'll be abundantly clear about something. I think Steph Curry could walk in and kick my ass. Probably no problem. Probably with one hand behind his back. Okay? So all of the things I'm saying right now are not in relation to me. They're into relation to basketball when I was growing up watching it. And yes, I think it is. It's not enough. It doesn't feel like a contact sport anymore relative to what it once was. I think Steph Curry, I'm using him as an example, even though he's probably not even one of the best players anymore. I don't even know. Because he seemed like the epitome of it. Like a guy just pulling up and shooting from like 40% court. Like what is that? Why is that? How is that? Or like his ability to drive the lane. Dude, back in the day when I was watching the ball, and like if he tried that and Charles Oakley was in the lane, Steph Curry's not getting up. You know, like Bill Laimbeer, dude, like Kevin McHale, you know, he's just not. There's a reason why they were called perimeter players. That's part of why Jordan was so insane. Now, Jordan was 6'6", according to like NBA heights. So he was a bigger man than Curry was, of course. But still, like Jordan was part of why Jordan was so outrageously unique. Was his ability to have the perimeter game and still be big enough and strong enough to take it into the interior. And it's just different now. Like defenses are spread out because of, isn't there even defensive three in the key now? Like I think it's been that way for like 15 years. And then the 3-point line and the ability of people like Steph Curry to shoot from like almost half court and actually make it has extended defenses significantly. Hockey in the 80s is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a massive hockey fan, but my sense is, yeah, probably in my opinion, the best sport to watch live. I've seen a couple hockey events live, and pretty insane sport to watch live. I think if it showed anywhere near as good on TV, it would be significantly more popular, but it doesn't. And I got to watch. What was his name? I think his nickname was Sid the Kid. Not Lemieux, Crosby, right? My brother lived in Pittsburgh during that time, and he took me to a game, and I saw that man doing stuff on ice I did not think was possible. It was crazy. to see like his passing, but also the way he moved on ice skates on the ice. I did not realize that was possible. McHale giving the clothesline. Yeah, dude, Kevin McHale, I had like, at least on the court, obviously I don't know the man, but there wasn't a lot of feeling bad back in those days. LeBron is, so see, here's where we're not, here's where I see, I hear what you're saying about LeBron, okay? I think LeBron, yeah, I'm probably about to lose all my subscribers. We worked really hard. It's been a good run, y'all. We've had fun. I think LeBron is the best basketball player that I've ever seen. And I saw Jordan. LeBron James did things I've never seen anyone do. And I don't know if I'll ever see anyone do again. Like, I mean, there are different eras, so we don't know, like different training, different regimen, different health, different, like literally different everything, right? Like, so it's so hard to compare eras. But I saw LeBron James pass and view the court the way I saw Magic Johnson do it. I saw LeBron James dunk and take the ball to the hoop, or just like carry people on his back. And I mean literally, I don't mean metaphorically like when the Cavs won the finals. I mean, like, I literally saw him have people hack the crap out of him like they used to do to Shaq, and he would still dunk or like get the ball in the hoop and then make the free throw afterwards. Like, the combination of size, speed, game knowledge, he almost was too willing to pass. Like if you think about like some of the highlights from the Bulls, right? Like in the finals wins and like John Paxson and Steve Kerr, if they don't make those 3-pointers, they would say the same thing about Jordan, is that he passed too much. But Jordan was playing smart ball. And so sometimes he passed, and Paxton and Kerr hit the threes. LeBron James, again, these guys are way better than me. I can't stand Stephen A. Smith. And these guys that just make outlandish comments for clicks. I'm like, shut up, man. Like, I remember being a kid and watching Wilbon. I wasn't a kid. I was getting a little older. Wilbon and Kornheiser. And I was like, y'all are a bunch of blowhards, man. You're just saying shit. Like, I don't even think you mean it. Or, and if you do mean it, you're dumb. So you shouldn't be saying it, but it was like click TV. Anyways, we're going a little too far with all this. I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player I've ever seen. And him being able to come up in the game with like, and play in that still slightly more physical era and dominate, and then still dominate. I mean, dude, he dominated the Golden State. Well, I guess a 7-game series win isn't dominating, but beating that Warriors team, to me, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe Jordan could have done it too. We'll never know. Jordan did get the chance because he played in his era. But LeBron is, I don't like the comparison to Jordan. They're not comparable. I think it's funny, without having read your comment, I think I ultimately spun it around and got there. I think LeBron is like, I hear what you're saying. LeBron would be like the modern Magic. But like, that's like 2 eras of basketball modern. Magic was insane, dude. Magic Johnson was, remember, his career was cut short. Magic Johnson was a sight to behold, dude. Like, you didn't have to know the game to know this guy's different. The stuff you're doing. You're right. So here's the thing. Okay, listen. If the biggest insult you can make about a player is they lost 4 times in the NBA Finals, on the other hand, they made it to the NBA Finals 4 times, right? Like, I don't know, but I hear you, man. I hear you. Like I said, I'm not going to make outlandish statements. I hate that style. Like, that took over sports a long time ago, and it's so dumb, man. It's so dumb. LeBron needed 20 years to get what Jordan did in 12, and LeBron still doesn't have the accolades. Yeah. But I also think the people giving out the accolades are a bunch of idiots. So it like, there's all those years where like the wrong player wins the MVP, but it's like the Sports Writers Association of America. And you're like, one, those people never played a goddamn game in their lives. Two, the players that did play the game are like just talking out of their asses most of the time. So I don't know. It is the prime. LeBron was very good. Last 5 years. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. I mean, he's like, what? Is he like 42 years old? Man, I can, if I left this stream on and you guys could see me get up, I'm going to be holding my back. Like there's like a one step down to get into my garage. I'm going to almost fall over. I did was sit here, you know. I don't know. Steph is the best player in the LeBron. Oh my God. Oh, all right. You guys got to go. Here's what it is. You guys got to go. Steph Curry is phenomenal. He is an amazing basketball player. He is an amazing basketball player. I am not going to say something negative about Steph Curry. That man has worked so outrageously hard to have the skill set he has, and he does it against the greatest players in the game of his era. How else can you define someone being great, right? If it's not being one of the greatest players of your era, then what the hell why is there even a Hall of Fame? You know? Because, I mean, honestly, you think Bob Cousy is going to come out and, like, do the things he does in today's game? Hell no. Hell no. But Bob Cousy could only be compared with the players he played against, right? But you ever see those, like, classic NBA highlights? You're like, what's going on? Did they not know they could dribble with both of their hands? Why are they only using one? But it's not their fault. It's just, that's how the game was played, man. You know, that's how it was played back then. Anyways, I gotta go, y'all. This was a blast. You show up to Vancouver. I'll see if there's a break in the schedule, and we'll let a bar know. Be like, be ready. There's a bunch of old men coming. There's gonna be a lot of hooting and hollering. Thanks so much for everyone hanging out. Y'all are the best. Seriously, y'all are the best. Have a great rest of your Thursday. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.